This is the Washington Times front page for Monday, October 24th, 2022. Thanks for starting your week with us. I'm George Gerbo. In the eyes of political handicappers, Republican gains for control of the U.S. House is a foregone conclusion. The only thing left to sort out is how big the governing majority will be. National politics reporter Seth McLaughlin looks at the latest ratings from the Cook Political Report and highlighting the scope of Democrats' challenge this election cycle. In 31 races defined as toss-ups, Democrats are defending 21. Making matters worse, 5 more of the Democratic-held seats lean Republican, and 4 are considered likely Republican. Republicans are defending just 2 seats that are rated lean Democrat. The breakdown from another nonpartisan election tracker, Inside Elections, shows 19 toss-up seats, 13 of which are held by Democrats. The tracker shows Republicans are poised to capture at least 5 other Democratic-held seats. Those strong midterm headwinds are extending to the White House, Jeff Murdoch reports, where President Biden snapped at reporters who have asked him about Democratic candidates that don't want to be seen with him on the campaign trail. Biden's approval rating remains stuck at 40%, according to a latest Reuters Ipsos poll. The recent federal endorsement of COVID-19 vaccines for children won't turn into school mandates overnight. Tom Howe reports Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' administration, and an assortment of others agree that a unanimous advisory panel recommendation to add COVID-19 shots to next year's immunization schedule won't make the vaccine mandatory for children to attend school unless a state decides to do so. The COVID-19 shots will be added to the routine immunization schedule in 2023 for Americans 6 months and older. Its inclusion does not trigger mandates, but the vote from the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices could provide cover for states that choose to require the shots for school attendance for next school year or beyond. California and the District of Columbia have taken steps to require COVID-19 vaccination for school attendance, but the rules haven't gone into effect. You can read all of these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. You can also find our entire lineup of news, commentary, and sports podcasts at WashingtonTimes.com/podcasts. U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported nearly 2.4 million encounters with unauthorized migrants at the southern border in fiscal year 2022, which ended last month. Of those, Stephen Dinan reports, 2.2 million were caught by Border Patrol agents as they tried to enter the country, and the rest were encountered at ports of entry trying to enter without authorization. In September alone, CPB encountered more than 227,000 illegal immigrants at the southern border. That was the third highest month on record, topped by only April and May of this year. And finally, Alex Sawyer and Stephen Dinan profile Leonard Leo. Leo spent nearly 30 years leading the Federalist Society, a conservative group that bills itself as a place for debating significant legal questions facing the United States. Critics say the society is at the heart of a rightward drift in federal courts. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.